Austin sent in a question. I recently listened to an old episode of Art Bell's radio show where he interviewed Malachi Martin. It was very entertaining, and Martin sounded like he had seen things no one ought to see. I was surprised when he said that Satan and Lucifer were separate demonic entities. He said that Lucifer was the original rebellious angel, and Satan was merely a lackey used by him to orchestrate the fall. Is there any truth to this claim, and if so, why are people so ignorant of this?
Well, frankly, I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah.
Makes him sound like Morgoth and Sauron.
Yeah.
But you got to understand that Malachi was a very good friend of mine, and a very, very decent individual, I must say. He was also a storyteller, and everything he said, let's put it this way, not everything he said might have been factually true, but it always had a point. I honestly can't give a real answer to that any more than I can for a lot of other things he said that people ask me about.
Okay, well, Malachi Martin's a novelist.
He is a novelist.
Among other things, and one of the books we have in our house is Windswept House. And that is a novel of some notoriety because it talks about archbishops, cardinals doing satanic rituals in the Vatican. And Martin is saying that he's quoted as saying 95% of events in this book are real, and 85% of the characters are real people. Now, do you personally think he's being metaphorical with the satanic ritual in the Vatican, or do you believe him?
Well, I don't know. I mean, obviously I would have to be in a different position in life than I am to know for sure. But let's put it this way. There's always been Satanism in Rome. Always. Of course, there's Satanism everywhere. We ourselves are kind of satanic whenever we sin. But in terms of worshiping the dark angel, that has always existed in Rome. There was a very famous case in the 19th century when they were doing repair work at the Villa Borghese. They found a secret chamber some centuries old, filled with the implements of satanic worship. Well,
wow.
The Villa Borghese, of course, belonged to a great noble family. Now, they were not Satanists as a rule.
Yeah.
But a member of the family, a servant, somebody who rented that section, because the great Roman families did rent out portions of their palaces to people. And cardinals, higher clerics, they're capable of all kinds of things because they're like human beings and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I know. But honestly, anything you can imagine any human being doing for good or for ill, a cardinal can do.
Wow.
Now, to take it away from Rome, I mean, there is more than a small amount of suspicion that while some of the wave of pedophilia the church endured over the past several decades was, shall we say, recreationally induced, some of it was ritual. Because the profanation of innocence is something that Satan delights in, and something that his servants delight in. It's one reason why Satan is not a nice person. We tend to forget that. We tend to forget. He's really evil. He's really horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no defending him. Think of the most indefensible stuff you ever dealt with in your life. I mean, just whether it was you or somebody else doing it. My gosh, it was horrible. The father of lies. He is unique in our experience in that, unlike almost every human being you can name, there's no redeeming features there.